Sure, here's a 5-minute English text about how the science of urination works and why we can't always urinate when we want. The process of urination, also known as micturition, is a vital bodily function controlled by a complex interaction between the brain, nerves, and muscles. Urination is primarily regulated by the autonomic nervous system, which functions without conscious control. The brain, specifically the bladder control center located in the spinal cord and brainstem, sends signals to the bladder to either contract or relax. The bladder itself stores urine produced by the kidneys and releases it through the urethra when it's full. When the bladder fills with urine, stretch receptors in the bladder wall send signals to the brain, signaling the need to urinate. These receptors alert the body that the bladder has reached a certain capacity. However, at this point, the brain decides whether it is appropriate to empty the bladder immediately or hold it until a more convenient time. This decision-making process is influenced by external factors such as social settings, distractions, and personal habits. There are instances when people feel the urge to urinate but are unable to go right away. This could happen for several reasons. One reason is the contraction of the external urinary sphincter, a muscle that can consciously control the flow of urine. The brain sends signals to this muscle to hold back urine, preventing involuntary release. Additionally, stress or anxiety can trigger the brain to suppress the urge temporarily, delaying urination. Another factor is the relationship between the bladder and the brain's prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and impulse control, plays a role in overriding the immediate urge to urinate, especially in situations where public or social decorum needs to be observed. This allows individuals to temporarily suppress the urge until more suitable conditions arise. In cases where the urge to urinate becomes overwhelming and the bladder cannot hold it any longer, the body naturally relaxes the muscles, allowing urine to flow. This is a reflexive action that occurs once the bladder's stretch receptors send signals indicating it is overfilled. Understanding this process helps explain why we can't always urinate whenever we feel the need. The balance between urgency and control depends on both physical signals from the bladder and the brain's ability to regulate and prioritize bodily functions according to situational needs.